The 8th edition of Science Film Festival of India kicked off on 18th April at Entertainment Society of Goa. This festival is a unique opportunity to experience science on the silver screen, which attracts thousands of students along with teachers. This edition will be open from 18th to 20th April and will be attended by prominent scientists, academicians, etc., who will lecture the students and teach them about this. The main objective of the festival is to create awareness among young students through various audiovisual activities and to captivate their interest towards science and filmmaking. The festival saw enthusiastic students and teachers from schools all over Goa. Let us listen to the experience of the students and teachers at the festival.
I am a science popularizer and I encourage students to do the experiments from the materials which are available in their surroundings. So in this particular workshop, we have collected several materials and we have given to them, and we are doing some experiments based on properties of light. Some experiments are based on center of mass, some are electricity and magnetism, so that they can correlate whatever they learn in their textbook. They should be able to correlate in day-to-day life, and they should be able to verify the theory part which is there in their school books or textbooks, that they can do it themselves and understand it better. That is what is the whole purpose of doing this activity. We call it as learning by doing. And in this National Education Policy 2020, there is a lot of emphasis on experiential learning. Of course, it is for all subjects, when particularly for science, we are giving this activity so that they can learn by doing.
This workshop we are having here on the Science Film Festival of India from yesterday. So we mainly talk about biodiversity of Goa, and we talk about mostly what is the biodiversity, how to document, how to observe the biodiversity, and then we focus mostly the topic which we are working on. The main म्हणजे of snakes of Goa, because there are a lot of snakes. There are a lot of animals which are not like लोक त्यांचेर चड लक्ष दिना, लोक मारता. Okay, so we are mostly working on human wildlife or human snake conflict issues, and it is good opportunity for us to talk to or interact with students from different villages.
During the 3 days, we have conducted a science demonstration lecture explaining various science principles to the students, like some of the experiments which help students to understand basic science in a very simple manner, and the experiments are such that they can go home and repeat them. We have not used any sophisticated instruments, simple like a beaker, maybe a plastic bottle, or simple things we have used, and they can learn science in a very effective way. Also, we have conducted one experiment for them on one activity for them, that is the sound of a chicken. So what students did was using a simple cup, a thread, they have produced the sound of a chicken using this, and the science principle is of sound is explained through that.
So as a part of the Science Film Festival, we are organizing a 2 days workshop to train science teachers into using the medium of photography and films to communicate science. As you know, I mean, today the education has changed a lot from the regular blackboard teaching to making it more immersive and making it more experiential learning. So the idea of this workshop is to get teachers and to train them into producing short films or even using a lot of immersive content which is available to showcase it to students, so that it becomes not a typical blackboard kind of experience, but a much more a different immersive experience. So that is all the workshop all about.
साइंस में क्या है, टेक्नोलॉजी क्या है, इंजीनियरिंग क्या है, उसके अंदर मैथमेटिक्स कहाँ से यूज़ होता है, तो वो हमने ट्रेनिंग दिया स्टूडेंट्स को, बहुत से DIY किट्स बताए एंड रोबोटिक्स किट्स बताए कैसे ऑपरेट करना है, वो ब्लूटूथ के सेंसर्स के अकॉर्डिंग कैसे वर्क करता है एंड वाईफाई के ऊपर कैसे वर्क करता है, वो डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज़ करके इवन कोड भी उनको हम लोगों ने सिखाया कि लोग अगर स्टूडेंट्स जो होते हैं कोड से बहुत डरते हैं, तो जिस वजह से हम लोगों ने ब्लॉक कोडिंग का इन्वेंशन करके उससे ट्रेनिंग दिया स्टूडेंट्स को, जिससे वो ईजिली हैंड्स ऑन करके वो एक्टिविटीज़ कर सकते हैं अपने खुद से और डेवलप कर सकते हैं अपने डिफरेंट गेम्स एंड प्रोग्राम्स के थ्रू अपना एक डिफरेंट रोबोट्स, जिसके फ्यूचर में जाके बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल होने वाला है स्टूडेंट्स को कि हम कुछ इनोवेटिव कर सकते हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग। थैंक्स।
this sci-fi festival, we have participated in displaying some of the scientific kits, and we are getting an overwhelming response by participating. You can see some of the interactive exhibits. Here the students are asking the question, they are finding the answer, and overall the concept of Goa Science Center is to inculcate the scientific temperament among the young generation, the students and community, other community, and through these interactive exhibits we are getting a very good response.
The Vigyan Parishad Goa organized and played a major role in the execution of the event. So let us hear from Suhas Godse, the president of the Vigyan Parishad, with his take on the festival.
हांव सुहास गोडसे, विज्ञान परिषद गोवा ह्या संस्थेचो अध्यक्ष, आणि हो जो सायन्स फिल्म फेस्टिवल सायफी जाता तो आमच्या संस्थेन विज्ञान परिशदेन सुरू केल्लो एक उपक्रम, आणि 2016 सालांत पयलो कार्यक्रम जाल्लो, आणि तेन्ना ह्या कार्यक्रमाच्या फाटल्यान सपोर्ट आशिल्लो जयंतराव सहस्रबुद्धे आणि स्वता मनोहर पर्रीकर. आज ते आमच्या भितर नात, तरी पण तांणी दिल्ल्या वाटेन आणि त्यांना दिल्ल्या मदतीन आमी आज पर्यंत फाटली 7 वर्सां हो कार्यक्रम केलो, आणि अवनूचो हो 8वो कार्यक्रम आसा. भारतात अशा प्रकारचो हो एकमेव कार्यक्रम आसा कित्याक म्हळ्यार भारतात इतर फिल्म फेस्टिवल जातात जे प्रोड्युसर आणि एडिटर्स किंवा सिनेमाटोग्राफर त्या लोकां खातीर आसता, पूण आमचो जो आसा हो विद्यार्थ्यांच्या खातीर. सायन्स म्हणटा हे सर्वसाधारण मनशाक शिकता आसतना एक भंय आसता, सहज कळना अशें दिसता. तर वेगवेगळ्या माध्यमांतल्यान जर सायन्स शिकयले जाल्यार शिकप बरें जाता, ताजे कन्सेप्ट्स क्लियर जातात. म्हणून आमी ह्या गोष्टी खातीर फिल्म हो विशय. आतां फिल्मांनी कितें आसता, एक स्टोरी आसता, पूण ती स्टोरी जर सायंटिफीक विशयाक जर जोडलेली आसत जाल्यार सायंटिफीक विशय आनी ताजे वर एंटरटेनमेंट हे दोनूय एकठांय वता आनी भुरग्यांक म्हळ्यार तांची रिसेप्टिविटी टू द इन्फॉर्मेशन ही म्हणटा ती बरी जाता. आनी ह्या उद्देशान आमी हे फाटले 7 वर्सां हो केल्लो आसा. आमी सुरवात जेन्ना केल्ली तेन्ना आमकां भारतांत गेल्ले आनी इंडियन लँग्वेजीसांतले खंयचेच सिनेमा मेळनाशिल्ले. तर आतां आनी आमकां सगळे हॉलिवूडचे घेवचे पडले तेन्ना. पूण हळू हळू आतां आमकां एक दोन अशे बरे मेळपाक लागले आनी अंदूच्या वर्सा हो आंकडो आनी वाडलो. अंदू आतां एक्चुली वेकेशन सुरू जाली तरी पूण आमचे कडेन सहभाग पूर्ण आसा आनी सगळ्या शाळांची भुरगीं व्हडल्या उमेदीन आयिल्लीं आसात आनी ती फिल्मां पळयतात आनी सायंटिस्टा कडेन इंटरॅक्ट करतात, उलोवणें जाता, तांचे प्रश्न विचारतात. असो सगळो हे स्वरूप आसा. म्हळ्यार आमचे बॉर्डरी लागींची खेडी बी आसात थंयच्यान सुद्दां आयल्यात. तेन्ना ह्या भुरग्यांक जेन्ना पणजेन येवन आयनॉक्सान हे सगळें पळोवप तांकां एक वेगळो अनुभव आसता आनी हांव फक्त एक एंटरटेनमेंट नासून ताजे वर तांकां कितें शिकपाकय मेळटा. कित्याक तांकां फिल्माच्या बरोबर एक्झिबिशनूय आसता पळोवपाचें कशें. ताजे नंतर तांकां दुसरे वर्कशॉप्स आसतात धाकटे आनी तातूंत ते तांकां आनी हँड्स ऑन स्किल्स डेवलपमेंट बी तशें जाता.
I am Dr. Satish Shanoy. I worked as a research scientist at the National Institute of Oceanography in Goa for more than a quarter century. And later I was director of Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services in Hyderabad. And right now I am also the National Vice President of Vigyan Bharati, which is more popularly known as VIBA, which is the organization which is organizing this science film festival of India. Vigyan Bharati's major objective is to popularize science, not only among those who are doing or studying science, even to the general public. Everyone, every Indian should have that scientific tempo and the knowledge of science. And we also believe that our country had a great base of science, our rishis and munis. Like nowadays, there are reports coming that Muni or Rishi Kanad, he discovered the atom much before the atom was discovered in the West. Similarly, Pythagoras theorem, there are proofs available from the Indian texts, etc. So we have to look at what is our knowledge base and then integrate that with the modern science. Modern science has been developed through experiments and theories. So similarly, we have to, but we cannot ignore that, because there will be several things which is available in our ancient science which we should be able to use. And we want to propagate the science among the masses. So there are two more popular ways of doing that. One is telling the stories. Once you make it as a story and tell anyone, that gets recorded in the mind much better than any other way. And more important is through the audio-visual media or the films. So we want to encourage our younger students as well as younger generation think in those terms, so that they will become the ambassadors of science in the society. So they will have, the younger people, they will have a lot of new ideas, innovative ideas how to present the scientific principles, and how it can be made more appealing to the general public. The best difference we can see is when we organized this during the first science festival, hardly there were any films. No one was making any films, or hardly any films. But now there are several entries which has to be selected, because we should be able to screen them within these 3 days. Now there are several, maybe 100 films has come as an entry. So that awareness is increasing among the students, as well as the amateurs who has that taste to make the films.
Vigyan Bharati was established in the year 1991, and the purpose of Vigyan Bharati is threefold. One is science popularization, then Indian heritage in science from the ancient to the modern, and science and spirituality. So from 1991, it has been working in the field of science popularization for the past 32 years. And it started from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, as a small gathering of a few scientists. And today it has become one of the world's largest voluntary platform of scientists and technocrats. We have units in all the states of India. We have activities in the Middle East, and also in the name of Global Indian Scientists and Technocrats Forum across the globe in US, UK, Germany, Qatar, etc. We received the award Jawaharlal Nehru Prize for Popularization of Science in 2006 from then Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh at Indian Science Congress, and in 2007 from then Minister for Science and Technology Kapil Sibal as the prize for popularization of science by the DST. So in popularizing science, we bring out a magazine, Science India. Then we have activities in the form of Bharatiya Vigyan Sammelan, then India International Science Festival, World Ayurveda Congress, then Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan along with Vigyan Prasar, which is one of the world's largest online examinations where more than 1 lakh students participate. So along with that, we had the Bharatiya Vigyan Sammelan in Goa in 2015, and further to that, considering the huge enthusiasm the people of Goa showed towards our activity of Bharatiya Vigyan Sammelan, where nearly 1 lakh of people had come to visit the exhibition. Jayant Sahasrabuddhe, our National Organization Secretary, he along with our team in Goa, that is Vigyan Parishad Goa, envisioned this Science Film Festival. It also has the context of the IFI that is happening every year in Goa. So then Chief Minister of Goa, Manohar Parrikar, also provided support, and it started in a small way, and today it has become a grand platform of Science Film Festival in Goa, and we expect that it will grow much wider in coming years. And film is a great medium of communication, especially the impressionable minds of students. It can be a great platform where the concepts of science and other methods of science can be easily conveyed to the young minds. Today, one of the issues that we face in our educational system is rote learning. Everyone talks about it. To a great extent, our new national education policy has also acknowledged the challenges along with inherent in this kind of learning. So we have to have evolved methods by which the concepts of science, the methods of science are communicated to students in a much more impressionable way, so that their thinking and cognizance of these facts, these principles are conveyed. Only then our students can perform with much more originality and innovation. And in today's world, innovation is the buzzword, original thinking is the buzzword. So that way we think that science films can play an important role in a kind of rollout or complementarity to the new national education policy also, where it is a lot of importance is given to the teaching of concepts more than rote learning. So this is a effort in that direction.
Namaskar, I am Dr. Parmananda Burman. I am from Cheshire National Institute of Science Communication and Policy Research, New Delhi. I am happy to be a part of this SCIFFI Film Festival, which is a great platform and attracts a huge number of students. I am conducting a workshop on science reel making. So we are using examples from a national initiative from CSR NISPAR, which is called Swastik. Swastik disseminates scientifically validated traditional knowledge of India, and we use various social media platforms for disseminating our information. In today's workshop, we are teaching the students how they can make infographics or reels and podcasts. So these are the tools through which science communication can be done very effectively these days. And I hope the students will benefit from the basics of infographic creation or reel making, and then they can use this effectively for communicating science.
हे सायन्स फेस्टिवल जे हांगा घडयल्लें आसा विज्ञान परिशदान तें म्हाका दिसता भुरग्यांक खुबशे वेगळो अप्रोच दिवपाचो एक प्रयत्न आसा. आनीक आयच्या जगान सायन्स फिक्शना बरोबरूच सायन्स म्हणटा तें कितें समजुपाचो एक यत्न आसा. आनी हे भुरगे जे हांवें पळयल्या जे फिल्म पळोवपा येयले आतां एक फिल्म चालू आशिल्लें तातूंत आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजन्स जे आतांचें जें कितें आसा तें भुरग्यांक जवळ जवळ खबर आसा, पूण हाज्या मुखार तांणीच तें फुडें व्हरूंक जाय. सो हें पळोवन तांकां एक आयडिया मेळटली की आमी सायन्सान खंय पर्यंत वचूंक शकता. ताजो फायदोय आसा आनी दुश्परिणामूय आसा, पूण फायदो घेवन आमी कशें जगान बरें आमी ह्युमन बिंग्स आनी एनिमल्स आनी जे एनवायरमेंट आसा ताका कशे तरेन बरे तरेन करूं शकता हें एक जाणीव करपाचो यत्न आसा. आनी विज्ञान परिशद गोंयान आनीक देशान अशें काम करता. म्हाका दिसता अशें केलें जाल्यार आमचो देश खंय तरी फाटलें आमची जी धरोहर आसा ती घेवन मुखार वचून सायन्स तातूंत एड करून खूब कितें देश आमचे जगार आमी नामना मेळोवंक शकता. आनीक ह्युमन बिंग्स जे आमचे आज त्रस्त जाल्ले आसा तांचे खुबशे सुटावो प्रश्न करूं शकता.
Actually, this concept was started about 8 years ago, because as all of you are aware, films happens to be one of the strongest media by which the communication can be done. So students will learn more about science by watching a movie rather than reading a book or listening to some story or also whatever things may be there. That's why we have gone for this type of sci-fi, which is called as Science Film Festival of India, and this is the flagship program of Vigyan Parishad Goa. Nowhere it's happening only in Goa under the Vigyan Parishad, and the target audience is students, that too 8th, 9th and 10th, because that is the formative stage wherein which they will decide whether they have to go for science or commerce or arts. So if we instigate them, or say if we make them to understand science better, I am sure they will be taking science stream as a future or career. And this career is required. Again, why we are pushing this? Because we are having hundreds of research labs are there in India. It may be ISRO, it may be DRDO, it may be NIO, it may be any kind, so many labs. Actually, this concept was started about 8 years ago, because as all of you are aware, films happens to be one of the strongest media by which the communication can be done. So students will learn more about science by watching a movie rather than reading a book or listening to some story or also whatever things may be there. That's why we have gone for this type of sci-fi, which is called as Science Film Festival of India, and this is the flagship program of Vigyan Parishad Goa. Nowhere it's happening only in Goa under the Vigyan Parishad, and the target audience is students, that too 8th, 9th and 10th.
The festival consists of screenings of science fiction films, science exhibitions, several fascinating workshops on science filmmaking, hosted by experienced guest speakers and many other eye-catching activities throughout the span of 3 days. Let's take a look at some of these workshops and hear from their specialists.
म्हाजो एक्सपिरियन्स भरपूर बरो आसलेलो. म्हाका भरपूर इन्फॉर्मेशन मेळ्ळी, नवें नवें कितें शिकपाक मेळ्ळें. आनी आतां आमकां एक मुवी आसतली तेजेर आनीक म्हाका कितें कितें शिकपाक मेळटलें. सायन्स म्हाजो फेवरेट असो सब्जेक्ट आसा, सो म्हाका फुडेंय सायन्सान पर्सीव करपाक जाय. ताका लागून हो वर्कशॉप आसलेलो तो म्हाज्या खातीर खूब इन्फॉर्मेटीव आसलेलो. आनी आतां 2 दीस उरला आयचो घेवन, सो तोय म्हाज्या खातीर भरपूर इन्फॉर्मेटीव आसूंक जाय असो हांव मानतां. आमकां आजून तो करपाचो जावना, सो आमकां तो फाल्यां आसा. आनी सद्याक आमकां सॉयल सायन्स बी तेजेय सांगलां, एग्रीकल्चराच्या बद्दल बी. आनी आयज आमकां रील मेकींग आसलेलें, तितूनूय म्हाका भरपूर इन्फॉर्मेशन मेळ्ळी. लायक एक्चुली म्हाका रील मेकिंगेन सुद्दां इंट्रस्ट आसा, PPT बीन करपाक लागून. सो तो म्हाका भरपूर आवडटा आनी म्हाका चड कळपाक मेळ्ळें म्हाका की कशें सगळें करप आसता, जे इम्पॉर्टन्स, इम्पॅक्ट सगळे नेगेटीव पॉजिटीव सगळें कळपाक मेळ्ळें म्हाका.
This was the first time and it was really amazing. I actually didn't know what it was first, but when I saw, I understood it and it was really fun.
The workshop was good, we enjoyed it. We learned a lot about robotics and it was fun. Everyone, it was very interactive also, as sir taught us how to do block coding. He taught us how to code in that BlockZ app, and then we learned about drones, combat robots, and it was fun and nice. We enjoyed it.
We had visited yesterday. It was a very good experience, nicely organized, and the students enjoyed. Today also it was the same experience, and we are hoping so tomorrow also.
It was a very wonderful experience. Our students really enjoyed. It was related about the space and all the activities which are there in the space. So our students enjoyed it. Yes or no? Yes. And thank you for organizing this sci-fi. Thank you so much.
At times, students are burdened with curriculum and find hardly any time for recreation or exploring the surroundings. Sci-fi is a welcome change that the students wait in anticipation throughout the year to attend and watch their subject on the silver screen. It is also an opportunity for hands-on chance to explore science and filmmaking, or even a chance to create the next sci-fi. Thank you and keep watching Prudent.